Hello, it's Kylie Koo. I'm back now with part 2 of my Journaling by Fives collaboration with Artfully Yours with Diana. Journaling by Fives, of course, was created by Shannon Green. So in this step I'll be using collage and recycling materials. Just getting my materials together here, pulled out my little box of teeny weeny scraps that I tend to keep every little piece, and these are bits of old envelopes. A rather delicious looking baked potato there that I come back to several times. I think it makes me hungry. So just getting together, sorting out some of the materials. I don't buy many magazines, but I do have a subscription to a gardening magazine, so most of the images that I use actually come from a gardening magazine, so inevitably I tend to have plants and wildlife. And a lot of these little scraps here have come from some recent projects that I've worked on. Again, I'm just showing this in double speed just to make the video a little shorter. So here we go, I'm ready to start. I've decided that this time I'll start at the back of the journal, but again what I'm trying to do is to make sure that I get something on each and every page. So this time I managed to set my timer for the proper 15 minutes. By and large I'm just trying to grab things and stick them down. I'm not trying to create any particular pattern or theme on a page. It really is just about grabbing materials and putting them down. And I'm trying not to think about where they're placed. I'm trying really just to get on with it, although inevitably I think sometimes we do actually stop and do that. For example, the baked potato, I'm thinking about which way to do it, only as to whether or not I should get it on the one page rather than spanning the 2 pages. As I'm looking back through this now, I'm really quite liking the way that the second page, the reverse page, has actually picked up some of the detail from the first page, because of course as I was going through this in step 1 the pages were still wet and kind of sticking together, so that's created that transfer of paints and inks. This is a sweet little bird. We actually have birds like this in our garden at the moment. We have a lot of birds and they're all nesting just now, and some are feeding their young. It's quite a wondrous sight to see. And the phone goes while I'm recording. Another nuisance phone call. I don't mean that when people call me it's a nuisance, it's just we seem to get so many of these calls from companies trying to sell us solar panels, new heating systems, so on, so on. You don't need to hear about that though. So that's me had one pass through the book, and now I'm going back the other way and just sticking more images down. I laugh because every time I took one of those kind of stamp things, I always was placing it in the top right hand corner, just as we would a stamp. So I deliberately placed the next one upside down and down on the bottom. And I think this was subliminal, but I placed some basil on that baked potato. I really was fixated by the baked potato. And I'm now just using the little bit of time that I have left to just going randomly through the book and just gluing down whatever I have at the side. And you'll see that some of the images are starting to stick to the other side of the page, but again it's just one of those things, it's part of this process, so that's okay. And that's it, so the time for this part is up, and all I'm doing now is going through the book to make sure that there's no pages sticking together. I'll then leave it to dry before I go on to the next step. So again, I hope you'll check out Artfully Yours with Diana's next video on this, and I hope you'll join me for part 3, which will come in the next day or so. And as always, thank you for watching.